Good morning. I'm Priya Mann, live in Clinton Township, where there is a massive scene unfolding here. Let me just show you behind me. It was a mile-wide debris field after explosions and a massive fire at a distribution facility near 15 Mile and Groesbeck in Clinton Township. And this morning, there are significant concerns about the air quality after CO2 or propane tanks were exploding. We've got viewer video showing just a fireball erupting into the sky. The first reports came at around 9 p.m. last night. Witnesses say they heard a barrage of explosions, one after the other, and then a huge orange fireball lit up the sky. Folks could hear this from miles away. The debris field alone was a mile wide as some of those canisters, what was ever inside of that distribution facility, were propelled into the air and then fell to the ground. And this morning, again, air quality concerns. There is a significant smell in some portions here in Clinton Township. Of course, we will continue to follow this story. And as you can see, there's a massive response here this morning. In Clinton Township, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
All right, Priya, thank you. If you are just waking up with us here at 6:30, we want to get you updated.
Absolutely, and we want to get the latest on that fire investigation. We're joined now on the phone this morning by Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle. Mark, thanks for joining us. And I think the question right out of the gate is, do we know at this point what was the source of that fire and what was exploding all night long?
Yeah, no, I don't think they have the source of, how it started, but Clinton Township Fire Department, I think, are going to be going through there this morning to make that determination. So it'll be a little bit of time before we actually know exactly what took place, but they believe there's some type of cartridges, maybe a CO2 type of a cartridge. At first, people were talking, was it gunfire? Was there ammunition in the facility? Because there was so much noise coming out of there. But I believe whatever is being manufactured out of that facility had something to do with some type of CO2 cartridge, and that's what was really making the noise. And some of the stuff that was, exploding in the facility was leaving the facility too. So there was concern in and around the neighborhoods. Is there something? The debris, was it going to be something that was harmful to damaging other property and or even some of the citizens that might have been out and around the area.
And then in terms of the air quality, what is your advice, recommendations right now to the community that lives in the area, maybe smelling things in the air? Is there some certain advice that you're giving to the community at this point?
Yeah, there was a hazmat team out there late last night checking the air quality, making a determination. That's all they could find at that time was that it was more smoke related. There wasn't anything toxic or hazardous. So, they're not as much concerned about that right now. They'll be out there to make a determination if there are other further concerns even on the ground. So, but for the most part, really the air quality is not a concern at this point in time.
Well, that's certainly good news. Now, obviously, this all happened in darkness, Mark, and as people wake up today and the sun comes up and they might find debris in their backyard, what's the advice there if they come across pieces of debris from this?
Yeah, obviously just make known to the law enforcement agencies. They can dial in 911 and have them send police out there to make a determination. Was it from that particular location? So again, we know there's going to be quite a bit of it out there. So if they see something, it's okay to let the law enforcement agency know about it.
And then as far as any schools in the area, as folks are waking up, getting the kids ready, is there any impact there that you know of?
No, I think they, once they were able to get in and put the fire out after all the exploding was taking place, that's the main concern. Is it going to spread? Obviously, the air quality. We were trying to make a determination last night, emergency management, working with, the fire department and police department, as well as the schools and many other businesses around the area, if there's going to be any further concerns to people, disrupting their, moment in time that was actually happening, or is there going to be concern for what we're talking about here this morning or today? So there is no concern about that. If there was, to anyone, that information would have been given to them directly, that there is some other hazardous concern that they need to be aware of. So I don't believe any schools being disrupted and or possibly any other businesses, except for maybe those that are in the immediate vicinity of the one that caught fire.
Before we let you go this morning, Mark, I know the business, as we look at live pictures from out there, the business is called Select Distributions. And on the sign, there's another business called GOO, G-O-O. Do you know anything about these businesses, what their track record is or anything like that?
Yeah, nothing negative, so that's probably a good thing. So for the most part, I'm not sure exactly what they sell. They're rather newer businesses in and around that Clinton Township area, but I know the main distribution center was the main focus of concern, but there are some in the surrounding areas that I think that were somewhat impacted. But what they do and what the products are that they sell, I'm not that familiar with.
And as far as particular road closures, I know Darnell has been keeping that covered for us, but do we know the duration, how long some of those major intersections in and around that area may be closed?
No, I don't. And again, that's going to be up to the law enforcement as well as the fire departments out there, as long as it's going to take for them to clear out the scene and investigate the scene. So people are just going to have to be mindful that in and around that area, they may want to find a different route.
Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle joining us this morning. Mark, we appreciate your time. Know it's going to be a busy day out there. We appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you. Thank you both.
All right.
And we will, of course, continue to keep you updated as we learn more. And, of course, Darnell is going to have a report here coming up. But we also want to thank folks that sent us pictures and videos that we have been able to share on the air from your perspective. So you can keep those coming in. We'll continue to post them and also share them throughout the morning.